All right, run it.
This summer, Dwayne Johnson is in Action Movie, the movie.
What's up, guys and gals? Jared here with another burning building of a movie review. So summer is made for blockbusters, big, dumb, turn your brain off blockbusters. And that's exactly what we get with the new Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson film, Die Hard. I mean, Skyscraper. So does Skyscraper soar sky high? Let's find out. So basically, Skyscraper is a pretty straightforward story. Dwayne Johnson plays a cliched ex-SWAT military guy, but is now a family man working with a private security and has his doubts about himself landing a big job. But his lovely wife, who was the nurse that saved his life, is the driving force and positive reinforcement in his life that he needs. Oh, and he has a fake leg. Anyways, he is asked to do a security check for the Pearl, the world's largest skyscraper. However, a villain with a heavy accent has other plans to steal something valuable from the skyscraper's architect, and everything goes south. So Skyscraper is exactly what you've seen in the promos and trailers for this film. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is back in another big, dumb summer action blockbuster. Now, Skyscraper did have some really good shots or ways of invoking terror or the actual fear of heights that the main character is going through. Like these slow zooming shots of looking down when Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is looking down 100 stories, or these ones that are like really framed in this tense way when he's clung to the side of a building. So I will say that this movie does a fine job at kind of putting the audience in the same vantage point as our main character and the sense of terror or heights that he has to deal with. And combined with the sense of terror and uneasiness was the sense of tension. I was holding my breath, sweating, gripping my chair as there's several scenes in Skyscraper that the tension is just built up so much. You obviously know that everything is going to play out, but the actors really play it up and it takes your breath away.
Take my breath away.
However, besides those couple things, the movie is pretty much just cliched. Like, I know a lot of people have kind of compared this to Die Hard, which is a fair comparison, but it even goes beyond that. Johnson is this retired SWAT member who had this traumatic event happen to him, and of course that comes back into play sort of at the end of the movie. His now wife was of course the nurse that saved him, and then there's these villains that break in for something valuable. They of course have heavy accents, and then of course things don't really appear as they should be. All of this cliched stuff also ties into the rough writing of this film. A lot of the line delivery throughout this film was very cringeworthy, and it might have been the actors or actresses, who knows, but it really jumped out at me towards the end of the movie. Like, for example, Johnson is covered in dirt and he's all dirty. Man, you could really use a shower. Johnson with his family being all cute and whatever, and then the cop coming over and being like, wow, you have a lovely family, and he's like, well, I'm a lucky guy. Or there's this big plot point that actually plays into the beginning part of the film where the wife doesn't know how to fix her phone and realizes to turn it off and then turn it back on. Another thing was the pacing in Skyscraper. It was not paced well at all. The opening like 30 minutes or so are super slow, and I mean slow. Like, I nodded off a couple times in this film, and I'm like, come on, let's get going, let's get this going, let's get this movie moving. But once Johnson gets into the skyscraper, things kind of pick up, things flow a little bit better. But man, the last like 10-15 minutes, the last act of this movie, it's pretty much done, and you don't even realize that it's pretty much the end of the movie. Like, it's going, conclusion, roll credits. Lastly, the ending. I'm not going to spoil anything. Don't worry, I'm not going to ruin anything for you. But it just feels like they took everything from this sequence right out of a video game. You don't even know what you're watching anymore. I was like, wait, hold on. All of this is happening right now? Seriously? Overall, Skyscraper is a big, dumb summer action blockbuster. And that's about it. With some very uneasy scenes and a great sense of tension, but with a lot of cliched moments, rough writing, bad pacing, and this almost comical video game ending, honestly, I'd probably skip out on Skyscraper. There are several movies out there with pretty much this exact same plot. Go out and watch one of those, like, pick up 1988's Die Hard. What did you think of Skyscraper? Is this gonna be another Jumanji and gonna be the summer blockbuster that everyone needs to see? Or is this just a cliched idea and it should have been called Action Movie, the movie? I want to hear about it in the comments below. As always, you can find me on the social medias at Jared Buckendahl on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Stardust. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Until next time, I'll see you later.